Welcome in, everyone, to the Challenge After Show. It is a Sunday, and what better way to celebrate a Sunday than a men's snake draft for the challenge? It is, after all, the NBA All-Star Weekend, so what better way to do that as well besides picking manly men to be on our team? Yes, ladies, how are you?
Manly.
Really excited to just pick off these manly men.
These manly men. Unless they don't all have to be manly, but we'll figure it out as we go along. So as we like to do here on the Challenge After Show, we like to do a good old fashioned schoolyard rock, paper, scissors to determine the order of things. All right, so we'll get our little platforms ready. Are we all ready to go here?
Hey.
Yes.
She always stirs the pot, Jenna.
I know she's always eating, stirring, things going on there.
Well, then I have to think about what I'm going to do.
You have to oh, all right.
Okay.
All right, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Pam, you lost again.
This is exactly what happened last time.
I almost rock too, and then I would have won.
Correct.
You would have
had first pick. Well, now we don't. Well, you might still get a good pick. Who knows? Here we go, Jenna. Ready?
Aw.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yes.
Well, okay. Do you want third pick? I assume this time.
I'm gonna go first again.
Oh, you are? Okay. I'm gonna take third, and then Pamela. It's the same order as last week.
Fine. I got a winning team last time. I'll get a winning team.
That's true. You did an excellent job. Then actually, like we were just discussing before we went live, the number 2 spot. Yes, it's technically the worst one on paper, but at the same time, you could do a lot with it, and it's not like this is there's not a lot of people in this draft. So
there's only that's very true. And to me, there's a more abundant amount of really good guys to choose from. I think last week there are good girls to choose from, obviously, but I wrote down a lot more guys than I did girls. I don't know what that means. I just wrote down a bunch, like at least 5 to 10 more guys that I was like, okay, I wouldn't mind these guys being on my team. So we'll see.
It's interesting you say that, because there's definitely a solid 5 that I would love, but as the draft unfolds, the likelihood of you're not going to get every single person that you want, obviously. Right. But I kind of was having a similar issue as the women, where when it gets to that middle tier and lower tier, it's kind of like, I don't even want them, but I'm going to have to pick them.
Right. I think we're all going to get 5 guys we almost want, like, on our team. I do think so.
Drop off is definitely what I would say. Is it's interesting because I pick people I want to have dinner with too. So the likability factor, like I don't want people I don't like on my team. So with guys, there's a lot of really good ones. That's harder for me to deal with. But to Jenna's point, the drop off is a lot less with the girls. It's like 10 beasts. 10 girls that are good at entertaining us. Like there's a much more gradual drop.
And I think I have a couple surprises on my list for you ladies. I don't think I'm going to save them, because I don't think you're going to pick them. So I'm going to try to save them to the end. Obviously, I'm trying to get rid of the ones that you're going to take away from me. So, all right, Jenna, take it away. Here we go.
Okay. So the reason I picked the number 1 spot is because it would just absolutely destroy me not to have this person on my team.
Can I guess who it is?
Yes, because I think you're huh?
Oh, I was going to say, can we say it at the count of 3? But
sure.
But go ahead, Jenna. Say what you're going to say first.
Oh, I am thinking that you might think that it's a few people.
Oh, I think I have one person. All right, ready, Pam? We'll say it on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
CT.
Yes.
We both got it, Pam.
Yeah.
All right. I'm marking her down as having CT.
Jenna, CT.
Are you saying that because that's everybody's unanimous first pick? Okay.
It wasn't going to be my first pick. Really, it wasn't, but it was right there. It's right there.
Because I think you could make the argument for maybe only 2 people to go before CT. Like, I think
wait until
I'm not going to, but I think that there's 3 different types of number 1 picks you could go for the guy draft.
I feel like CT was that everybody's first pick.
It wasn't going to be mine, and but we'll get to mine in a second. Pam, you get your. I don't want to tell you who I want, because then you're going to go for it, maybe.
I'm up.
Yes, you are.
Jordan.
Damn it! That was my pick.
Wow.
That was my first.
Oh wow!
Jordan. Oh man, I can't believe I lost. I thought I was going to get him.
I thought he was going to be a little bit of a sleeper. For some reason, I thought maybe he would come back to me.
Oh, well, let me give you, hold on. I can give you CT, just so you know, he's been to, oh my God, 10 finals and won 5 of them. And his elimination record is 6-5. But on one of those, he went against Brad. And you remember he got robbed for ripping off the thing and not undoing the cord or the lanyard, whatever it's called, lanyard. And then Jordan, he's been to 4 finals and won 3 of them, Pam. Carabiner, sure. Yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah. Okay. And then Jordan has been to 4 finals. He's won 3 of them, and his eliminations are 7-2. Insane. So you had, that's a great, both. I mean, yeah.
And I actually know one elimination he lost was Fessy to a pole grab.
Oh, you're right. So like
and
literally
one he lost was smash 'em against not the one with Libra, another thing where it was like icebreaker, something like an icebreaker thing.
No, I thought he lost to Johnny Bananas, because remember he flipped all those cards over and then he went home.
That might be it. The second,
and that was against Johnny Bananas. So I don't know what the elimination was, but it was definitely to Johnny Bananas. That other one he lost.
I think it was an icebreaker. Like, or
yeah,
something. It was
I don't remember. Yeah,
like going through a lot of things where he was at a clear disadvantage, but not that ever stops Jordan.
But just how entertaining he is too. I mean, not that has anything to do with what we're doing here, but he's gonna cause some type of. He's gonna stir. Remember, and I looked this up recently. Oh, I don't want to tell you this story because then you might pick the guy he fought with. I'm gonna wait for this story, but I'll tell you if I end up picking this guy. The story with Jordan and him. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, my plan has been foiled because I was hoping to at least get Jordan on the first round with somebody else. Wes is going to be on my list here. Wes. My second pick is.
Wes, your first.
Okay, so Pam took Jordan and
you
Dan
took. Yeah, my first is going to be. Wes was going to be in my first. If I got third pick, I always said Wes was going to be there, and I was hoping to put Jordan with him. But since Jordan can't be there, this might be a sleeper, and I should probably save it. But no, this is gonna. You guys. Oh no.
I love that we're getting the inner dialogue because I feel your pain when it comes to me. I'm like,
I don't want to put this person on because if these two were on the same season, they'd be going after each other, and there's a good chance one of them might get eliminated. I was gonna say Bananas, but I'm not gonna say Bananas. I'm gonna say Abe, and that's gonna be a weird pick.
Wow, for your second pick?
Yeah.
I'd like to say that I have Abe at number 4. So
and I do have Abram. I was hoping to get him as a sleeper as well. I think it's a solid pick, but as the second pick,
yeah.
You think I should have gone with Bananas there?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I know. Well, and I can show you his record. It's absolutely it's pretty insane. But I'll give you Abe's, and it's not that great. Abe's is 4-2 in the finals. He went to 4, won 2 of them, and he's 3-3 in eliminations. And then Wes, of course, as we know, 5-2. We talked to him the other week. He's 5-2 and 14-9 in eliminations. Like that elimination spot's pretty good for him. All right, that might come to bite me in the ass, but you know what?
Abe and Wes were your picks, correct? Okay.
Yeah, it's back to you, Pam. You can take Bananas now.
I am going to go.
Oh, Pam, before you say your answer, one more thing on Abe, just so I can get people on my side here. The dude is an animal, and in Eliminate, he like goes into like another world with what he gives. He has so much heart, I guess is my point too. His record doesn't show that great of stuff, but like his heart is just insane to me. So I like that about him. But
no, Abe is a great pick for all the reasons you've said. I just thought it was early, but it's your team. And if your heart is telling you like, it's going to suck if Abe is not on my team, then you have to secure that.
I have some other sleepers that I think you girls won't pick from me. Right. So I'm excited to see what happens. But Pam, sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder there.
Oh, no. Just here compiling my winningest team.
She's unbothered. She's like, don't worry, my dinner party and the money at my dinner party is going to be amazing.
Exactly. It's a double Darrell. Hi.
Yeah. Okay. Well, wow.
I really wanted him. That was the other person that was going to be painstaking for me to not have on my team.
Well, let me give you Darrell's thing here. He's been to 4 finals and he's won all 4 of them. But if you remember, the last final he went to was a very long time ago, as far as the original challenge, not All Stars. And then he's 6-3 in eliminations, but he hasn't won a final since Fresh Meat. And think about how long ago Fresh Meat was, the original Fresh Meat.
But he would have won both All-Star finals if it wasn't for weird like circumstance, like not knowing.
No, that's fair to say, but yeah, I'm just saying. I thought it was interesting that he won 4 in a row, which is amazing feat. But then he's never done it since on the original challenge.
I thought about that when I was thinking about his record, but I feel like he's been really close. That it's almost like, okay, you know what? Not close, like. Not to give away our other people, not like Devin, who was close and made it to the final but couldn't physically perform.
Right.
Like Darrell.
What are the chances?
Really won the last one, and the reason beat him was because it was like a 3-day trek through the woods with a mountain man as his competitor. So I feel like in most circumstances that doesn't speak to his ability to still win a final. I don't feel like he lost because he's lost it or he's not strong or he's out of shape now. Like it was sort of technicalities. That
you mentioned Devin right there. What are the chances that Devin gets brought up again in this snake draft?
Devin's my very last of like 20. I'm like,
okay, so I'm thinking not so much, right?
Yeah, probably won't.
Literally not even on my list.
I didn't even write his record down on my list. Like I try to write everyone's records down. I didn't even put him on here.
He's a contributor. He's a contributor is what I'd call him. Like he definitely contributes if it's a team. I keep going back to that cell. The green cell winning all the time. And it was just, again, a lot of this, as Wes touched on, is just weird ass luck. Like the dynamic of that team. I mean,
but think about who was on the season with him. Yeah, he did great. But if there was a season where you had some heavy hitters like a Wes and Bananas and all them, it's like
CT, Jordan, and Darrell. Like
CT was there.
No, but I mean, CT was with all. Two noobs and a baby or something. I don't know.
2 noobs and a baby. Same thing as Reconcile.
Another great name for a TV show. 2 noobs and a baby. I love that show.
That could be Teen Mom.
Reconcile and Bone. I was actually going to pick. I was torn between Darrell and CT for my first pick. So it's kind of crazy to me that he's fallen to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overall. Because it was him versus CT for the number 1 spot. But I decided to go CT because we've seen Darrell lose in a fashion where it's like a sprint versus Corey in that ridiculous elimination. But now that I'm saying that, because, I'm always devil advocate with myself, I'm thinking about when CT lost to Jay in that elimination, when you had to build and and you had to build all these blocks and bricks. So everybody can lose.
Right. But that was also CT's unhealthy year. If we remember that, he was very unhealthy that year. Not to say that it had 100% to do with it, but it didn't help his endurance trying to get those ropes untied, which probably took 45 minutes or something,
But I just think Darrell is the best of the best. He's so well-rounded. He's always athletic. He never has an unhealthy season, like he sticks by his quotes. Like, I don't got to get ready because I stay ready. I just feel like he's always in tip-top shape, has such a good political game. So he could have gone first overall. So super bummed, but falling to me, I think I would be dumb to not take Johnny Bananas here.
He won't last any much. He won't last much longer.
Right. I can't even believe that Johnny Bananas is still around.
Oh, do you want Darrell's record before we go on, by the way, Pam?
Yeah.
4-4 in finals. Oh, I did that. 6-3 elimination. Yeah. I did. And then Bananas is 9-7. He went to 9 finals and he won 7 of them. That's almost, but his elimination record actually is 11-14. He's been to a ton, but he's also lost a lot more. So, or 3 more, but
lost 11.
He's lost 14. He's only won 11. He's 11-14. He's 11, and then he won 11 and he lost 14.
Yeah. See, I still believe Bananas relies on a big support system to get where he's going. A lot of those wins were in the days where he had a Kenny, Evan. He had his 3 minions.
I agree to some degree on that. He still plays 6. He still got drafted 6th, though. That's still really good. But yeah,
no, he's still good. Obviously, his record speaks, and his champs for he didn't have minions then, but when it doesn't have a force field keeping him out of eliminations, that's his weak spot. If he's going to go into eliminations, he's not like Jordan or Tori that throw them in, don't matter. He's vulnerable in an elimination.
I do have 2 thoughts on that, and maybe I just need to defend him because I picked him.
Sure,
I do think, yes, as much as he has had people in his corner, one, you could argue that that's a skill, that's a political strength.
Sure,
he's been able to create those relationships. He's created his gang within these multiple seasons of the challenge to take with him, these friendships. And also his skill is betraying them and reaping the benefits and being a good player. Like that, sure, that looks really icky on terms of friendship and just integrity as a person. But when it comes to this being a game show, like he plays the game. Also, that being said, though, yes, his alliances, his relationships are very important too. But Johnny, he's just always won like the daily challenges. He's just always been really good at doing all of this weird shit. Like he just finds poise in hanging upside down or having to walk like on your toes on a platform suspended over water. Like for some reason, he's just been really good at doing the weird stuff every day. So when he has been on those seasons where maybe he hasn't had his cronies and the people in his corner, he has stuck around so long because people just simply can't beat him.
He's athletic in random challenges, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if I watch him play basketball. I highly doubt he's really good at basketball or really good at, like, I don't know, soccer. But random challenges where you have to walk on your tippy toes through an electric fence, he somehow knows how to do this. Like, it's so random and weird. I know. I agree with you.
I also agree. Well defended, Jenna. It really, honestly.
Today, Bananas is my man. Ever the day of the week.
Yeah, you're right. That having a shield is great. Political game, being adaptable is great. You know what I mean? Like he's definitely, there's a reason why he's the champion. I mean, I wouldn't, as much as I don't love him as a person, I would not contend that he's not good. I mean, he certainly does well.
Jenna, you know what's crazy? You get another pick right now too.
I know. I'm weighing between a few.
Wow. Hopefully one of them gets through the cracks over back to me because I have a while before I'm picking again.
I'm leaning towards one person, but I also just feel like there's so many still out there. Okay, I'm going to pick this person. I'm going to pick Brad.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. This is interesting. His record is 4 finals, 1 win, and 6-6 in eliminations.
Okay. All right. So the reason I picked Brad was compared to other All-Stars, it seems like he still has that edge after seeing him on this All-Star season. Mm-hmm. Not only is he, of course, a macho in shape, great physically, he still seems to like really have that drive and that endurance. So he kind of stuck out to me over some other options I was toying around with, just because of seeing him on this season of All-Stars. Because you could look at someone, because we're imagining that this would be your players on a season of a show, right? So I kind of had to take into account where they are now.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we taking them? It's like, are we snake drafting them at their physical peak, or are we taking them in 2022? I'm kind of taking them more at their at when they were the best when they were in their prime.
At their fighting weight. Yeah.
Okay.
But whatever, that's fine. Brad is.
No, you're right. I got it twisted then because if that was.
No, I mean Brad was on
top tier. I mean,
Brad was going to be in my 5th spot if I had if I needed him. So I mean, you're picking him in your 3rd. It's not that far off. Right. Pamela, you're up.
Maybe a controversial decision.
I hope so, because if you don't pick the 2, I have 2 that I really want, and no one's picked them yet.
Well, I might be picking one of the 2 that you really want, or one of the pair that we'd like to see their spin-off show, Eskimo Brothers. I will take Paulie.
Oh my goodness. You can have him. All right. I don't have his record.
I think Paulie brings a lot to the table. Say what we will about him. He's, again, I feel like it's a technical, like the times he's really messed up, like in the icy cold water when he was like, ah, and then when he couldn't finish that final, I feel like his political game, then you can go into his, I think he's really good at, what's it called? Eliminations.
Okay. His elimination record is 3-3.
He's made it to a final every season, right? But
he's made two. He did 3 seasons and he made it to 2 of the finals. He did not make it on War of the Worlds, but he did on War of the Worlds 2, and then his original season Final Reckoning.
Pam knows all this. She spends a lot of time on Cara Maria Defender Twitter when she's running it.
Exactly.
You're just mad that you didn't get to pick Cara Maria last week, so you got to pick at least have Paulie this week because you're mad I stole her from you last week.
Exactly. We're just gonna put Cara in a wig and send her on my team.
There you go. All right.
Okay. So is my pick.
I can't believe I'm gonna get. So I have 4 people that I want, and I only have 3 spots.
Okay.
I think you're going to forget about one of these people, but I'm afraid if you remember him, I'm going to lose him. So you know what? I'm going to take him now because I get 2 picks. I'm taking Turbo.
Okay.
Turbo's insane.
Forgot about Turbo.
The dude, now I know he was only on 2 seasons and he lost the second season because this is what I didn't want to talk about earlier. He got in the fight with Jordan and he got kicked off the damn show. So if he can get his temper in line, this dude, he's like, you know, I'm going to come at you like a Leon. I'm going to destroy you. You hurt my pride, my feelings. This dude will do anything to win. He's like an Abe to me, except he's on some type of challenge steroids. Like this dude's next level crazy. And the way he destroyed that final, the first season he was on, where he was up against, I think he wasn't Wes in that final with him. Who was in that final? But like Wes got 3rd place that year, I believe. But either way, like
Theo, Cara Maria. Yeah.
These are legit people that we say, okay, we respect them as challengers. And Turbo not only beat them, but I believe even the producers couldn't fix this to be close. He destroyed them.
Right. No, I forgot about him because he's only been on 1 season.
And I thought of him at work last night. He wasn't even on this list. I had to put him in this one. He's been to 1 final and had 1 win, but that's it. But
I am jealous. I'm really jealous. I agree that Turbo is pretty unstoppable when he's pretty like, you don't want to mess with that.
And I'm really upset that I'm gonna have to leave someone off this list because I have 3 people left and only room for 2. But shit, I'm going with The Miz.
Oh, that's great.
Stay. Okay.
I just think he was, if you go back and watch those seasons, this dude, I know he's a professional wrestler now. Like his confidence level though, he never even doubts himself. He's like, oh, I'm going to win this one. He always went into every challenge. Like I'm going to win every elimination. No problem at all. His elimination record is only 2-0, by the way, but he still won. He went to 4 finals. He won 2 of them. And I don't know. I just like the Miz, and I like to root for the Miz because he's just so badass. Or he was back in the day when nostalgia too. I got my nostalgia value. So I'm done.
Yep. You got your heavy hitter of the past, of the pure era of the challenge.
And so, unfortunately, I'm going to leave someone big off that I really want, but maybe you girls will take him and it won't matter.
Yeah, there's someone who's sticking out to me as still hanging around here.
I know he's there and he's not. I think I know exactly who you're talking about, but I didn't put him on my list because of the more recent things he's done. I haven't been impressed.
Let's let Pam.
I know.
Yeah, I don't even know who
I didn't say who it was. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said it. Go on, Pam.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but I'm going to take hearing everything you guys are saying, and I am looking at my team. And if my team's going to win against CT, Bananas, and Brad, I need some brawn. So I am taking, which slightly pains me, and he'll be at the far end of the table from me.
Oh, I know who it is.
I'm taking Fessy.
Oh, no! Somebody else. I cannot believe that you're taking Fessy over the other Macho Man you dislike.
Hold on. Don't say it. I want to pick. Well, then you might pick it. Well, I guess you could pick. But anyways, okay. Give us your reason for Fessy because I didn't even write his name down.
God, he is way too young in the challenge. He's not seasoned enough.
Don't worry, I hate him. You don't need to. But in terms of, I know who you guys are thinking of. Wouldn't even hate him too much to even entertain him.
Say who it is then. Say who it is, Pam.
Zach is not even coming to my. No,
but okay. But when you said
at my dinner party, he's unacceptable. No, funny sometimes. We'll watch him, but I'm not inviting him into my team of love with Fessy.
Your team of love.
My team of love.
Are you hoping that by inviting Fessy to dinner, you can maybe like rehabilitate him?
Yes, and I think Darrell is going to be like, "Son, shut the fuck up."
Nothing. So humbling.
Yes.
Between less therapy, more humbling. Got it.
I think Paulie, we've got a lot of alphas. Jordan, Darrell, and Paulie will be like, Fessy, shut up. He's got
Fessy will be dad. He'll be son.
He's got, son. He's got Josh and a bunch of not the girls are.
But remember, these guys they're
Josh.
But Pamela, technically they're not on a team. You're rooting for them all. If all 15 of these appeared on a season, who's going to make it out? It doesn't have to be a team thing. That's all I'm saying.
A team against your teams.
Well, overall, in theory, we have the people pick, but in theory, you're basically drafting them as individuals to appear with all 15 on the challenge together. And
dynamic. So,
yeah, Pam doesn't care. She's
Pam. I know you want the team to like each other, but I'm just picking who's going to win individually on a show.
It is based by
camp. who's going to be the MVP at Spirit Camp when my people go to train and bond for the week before.
Maybe Fessy will be most improved.
I think he has the potential to improve. We have seen him slightly humbled and saw himself and was like not the best. So he's got the raw physicality. If we can humble him and make him the bitch of the team instead of the alpha, I think he'll
Coach Pam is on the case.
Yeah, he'll be a good workhorse.
And life coach Pam. You're trying to make a difference on his life.
Yeah, Fessy needs to learn that like you're not just because you were blessed physically doesn't mean you're top dog. These are
Pam, will you be ringside with Fessy in his next boxing match?
Right.
I will not.
You will not be his little guy. He can spit the blood into the bucket for you and say, here you go.
No, I want him to lose. I mean, I don't like him. If he's on my team.
Therefore, the blood would be in the bucket. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
He's hoping a tough love lesson comes out of this.
Yeah, exactly. So I won't take Zach because yuck. And also Zach we'll get to Zach when someone takes him. He's a wild card. He's got really poor sportsmanship.
Yeah.
No, he's and no ethics. I don't think no, quitters never win and winners. I think he's just like, I don't care anymore. Like, I feel like he'd just walk off at the drop of a hat or at an insult. So like Fessy, at least I feel like
there's only room for 4 more people. And I'm not sure. I don't think Zach is going to make the cut unless I'm not taking him. I know who I want. I don't think you're going to take all my 2 guys I have left. So.
I mean, I still think Zach would be a good pick, but for all the reasons you're saying, Pam,
Sam and Don over here.
Sam and Don.
That's what
Sam and Don.
He turned me away from Zach.
All right. Well,
Don and Jeannie.
Julius, it's your turn to pick. I mean, Jenna, sorry.
Jennifer has a double pick coming up. I can't believe I just called Pam Sam. I'm going to go with Derek.
So Derek K, yes, he slipped through the cracks for sure. He's also small, so maybe that's why he slipped through the cracks. He's been on my list the whole time. For some reason, his recency bias, which is what I mentioned earlier, Jenna, I can't pick him, but I'm glad you did. His record, 5 finals, 3 victories, 9 and 5 in eliminations. And he is like that type of heart guy. Like I mentioned earlier with Abe, you put him in an elimination, it's hard to pick against him. He's insane. Yeah. He becomes an animal.
But that's exactly, so he was who I was griping with Brad. I was like, Derek or Brad.
Well, you got both of them now.
Yeah. I did, crazy enough. But I thought I had the same exact thought as you, Dan, where I was like, Derek went home earlier this season on All-Stars. He went home similarly early on the previous season. Like,
he made it to the final, but he went home and he was the first eliminated in the final. Yeah.
You're right. Sorry.
It's fine. He's still, but he didn't, but that whole season, Jenny, you're right. All-Stars original season, he didn't do crap to get to the finals. He didn't do any eliminations, nothing. Yeah.
It's very quiet. And I'm going to go with Landon.
Damn it. So he was one of my last choices.
Mine is between him and this next one, so I'm almost glad.
So Landon, here's a great thing about Landon. He's been to 3 finals and he's won all 3 of them. And I think he only appeared on 4 or 5 seasons. So like he basically went to a final every damn season. And his elimination record is 5-1. Like it's almost perfect. And I don't know who that he must have. I think that was the one season he went to 4 seasons, and the one season he lost was that one little elimination there that's on his record. Yeah.
He's brilliant, and I wish we got him for longer.
And I wish he came back for All-Stars 3. I don't think he's on it, right? We went over the list. I don't remember saying his name.
I wonder why, and anybody can choose not to go on reality TV or call it quits, but I wonder maybe what his reasoning was, just because he was so dominant, He
was.
Killed it. Now there's a little bit more money involved, but he's probably just living a very happy, normal life and is like, I just don't want to go on TV anymore, but I'm curious as to why.
Yep. Pam, it's your final pick here. This is a big one.
It is.
I kind of want you to take my guy so I can pick someone else, but I hope you take my guy.
Decisions made for you.
Between 2 guys right now.
Good.
That I think are pretty equal for different reasons. And I think I'm going to go Hunter.
Okay, and that's not a bad pick. And I'll tell you why, because I thought of him late too. I looked it up. He's been to 2 finals. He won that one with Ashley, which he got screwed over in. And he went in eliminations. He's 4-2. So he's over 500. It's not a huge record, but he also didn't appear on that many seasons. So we can't build it up any more than that. It is what it is.
And for me, he's my, Derek, just Terminator, doesn't quit. I remember Hunter like broken wrist and he's like, I'm still going to climb. Like Hunter's another, like you can.
That was his season. That was his season with Ashley where he went to every elimination and just kept coming back. That wasn't his season with Ashley?
Before that was Dirty 30, I think his first season, or maybe his second season.
You're right.
Coming back. The second season was with Ashley. He was like, I'm here to prove, I didn't get to go to the final that time.
Because he broke.
Because of his wrist. And then he was that time. So I'm thinking.
We were at AfterBuzz at that point. I remember.
That era of Hunter. That was Dirty 30 was a great season. Like we got Hunter, we got Tori, we got Kyle. That was like a great season. But
something weird happens when I look back on the seasons. I actually find that they weren't so bad and that I do like them. Like I saw a clip from Invasions the other day and I was like hooked and all of a sudden wanted to watch Invasions. And I was like, I didn't even want to watch Invasions when it was on. I thought it sucked. I thought that era was like not very good. Final Reckoning, Dirty 30. I remember being like,
really? I was still loving the challenge at that point. I still loved it then.
It turned lame. Like I remember being like 5 out of 5. Wow, edge of my seat. Like it was great still.
Honestly, like I looked back and I said, so we just watched season 37, right? 37 and 36 were awful. I actually went back and looked at some clips from 35 and it was only the highlights online. I was like, oh, the highlights look pretty good. But I think the overall season we were kind of on the fence about. And then 34, I remember enjoying. So it's literally been the last 2 seasons and nothing about them I like. There was nothing about the last 2 seasons that I liked at all. Because if you remember in 35, I believe that was Wes's last season. And that's when he teamed up with Bananas. And that was the draw for the season. So we were all at least excited going into it. Like, oh my God, what are they going to do together? And throughout the first half of the show, before they had to go against each other, it was somewhat entertaining seeing them be buddy. It was that whole buddy joking stuff, cop stuff that we had. I liked it. It made me laugh. It made it so it was enjoyable, I guess is the point. It was just the last 2 I god awful.
I think what's happening to me is that they're pumping them out so quickly that I'm kind of blending them together. And maybe that's what I'm realizing happened with Invasions, where maybe I'm remembering it as a different season. And then I see a clip, I'm like, oh, Invasions, like this was good, but I'm thinking it was this season that I didn't like very much because they just came out so quickly.
Well, Jenna, it doesn't look like they're going to be filming 38. Like, did they go and film it yet? I don't even think they have a cast list because all they're talking about is how they're going to air All Stars 3 on May 11th. That's our next big thing. And that's going to be right here on Patreon. So if they're airing that on May 11th, they're probably not airing the challenge till after it's over, which will probably be a month. Maybe they're not airing till this summer, July. Maybe July is their air date, but like that's forever. That's like so far away. That's 6 months, 7 months away. So they don't.
I want All Stars anyway.
All Stars 3 is gonna be so good. Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. Pam, your final pick. You said it right? No. Hunter. Yes, Hunter. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I didn't write it down. All right, my final pick is between. I'll tell you who it's between.
Okay.
It's between Yes. Even though he literally his final record from the original challenge is 1-1. He appeared on 1 season and won the thing, which is crazy because then he appears on 1 season of All Stars and wins it. Am I seeing a common occurrence here? I don't know. He's never been to an elimination on the original challenge. I don't think he ever went to one on All Stars. It's like, so I don't know if and then my other guy who's a controversial pick. Do you guys want to name my controversial pick?
Oh, I don't know. Zach?
No, not Zach. He's much more controversial than Zach. My next
one is my last 2, Dan, Don, are Yes and Leroy. So I don't think Leroy is controversial, but those are my last 2.
Leroy's not controversial. Leroy,
true. One's a wild card, but
Leroy's been to 5 finals and 1-0, and his elimination's 9-5. So it's not bad. But the fact that he's never won a final, I can't put him on this list. It's like guaranteeing a loss, right?
Yes. What do you mean by controversial?
Controversial. He's never allowed to appear on the show again.
Okay, so Kenny or Evan?
It's Kenny. Evan's record isn't nearly as good as Kenny's. Kenny's is insane. Kenny is 7-3. He went to 7 finals, won 3 of them, and 5-2 in eliminations. Evan is 3-2 in finals and 4-2 in eliminations. He's just not. Kenny's been to 3 more finals.
Yeah.
Or 4 more. 4 more finals.
Yes. The other one's a jerk. You know how I feel.
Oh, Kenny was so good on the show. But I'll
didn't
go
even put them on my list for that.
All right,
reason.
fine. I'm gonna go with yes. Then you've convinced me because they're between the two.
You can go with whoever you want.
I was happy with either pick. I was hoping you were going to steal yes or Kenny, so I could just pick the other. So I don't care. So yes will be my final pick, and for the reasons I already explained. And that's our final. Let's go over them now, so people at home can judge us or love us, one of the two.
I'd like to also state for the record that I think Zach's mental abuse is like absolutely on par with Kenny and Evan being banned with their like or whatever. Like honestly, I think we
Zach, I mean, you're not wrong. It's just like to say that you raped someone. It's like I understand we don't know for sure, but there's enough out there that there's a reason why they're never allowed to appear on the show again.
I feel that Jenna, not our Jenna, Zach's Jenna. I mean, if she's able to deal with him better but I feel like he's emotionally abused, like that. Again, she kind of eye rolls.
And fair enough, but she is still choosing to be with him. They literally just had a kid. They seem happier than ever on Instagram, but that's also Instagram. That does not show the true story. But they're not breaking up.
Users always defend their abuse. No, I'm not saying that she's suffering. I'm sure she's whatever. I think his behavior is like unacceptable, like to a point that it offends me more than a lot.
Well, I think we all agree that from what we've seen, even just on the challenge alone, we were like, oh my God, how can he treat her this way? And why does she want to stay with him? So
I find him super condescending, super offensive. Yeah, the same thing.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's and a lot of other things because he's not hitting these hot button issues or whatever. It's able to sort of go whatever on. I think Zach is a much worse person than D, put it that way. Like, I don't care if D flubbed or did something.
Interesting. That's an interesting.
And also a much more hateful, genuinely.
That is a take that if you said it 2 years ago would be like the hottest take ever. But now I think people would I'm okay with that take. Like I wouldn't necessarily even disagree with it. But like if you said that when we were
a misogynistic asshole, D made an off-color joke that didn't land. Like, which again, I think one is a lot more of a character statement than another.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do our let me give our list here. Jenna, you picked. Here's your list, Jenna, in case you forget, but I don't think you did. CT, Bananas, Brad, Derek, K, and Landon. I mean, this is why I knew they'd all be solid. Pam, you went a little
team right there, baby.
Yeah,
Pam, you went a little off the rails, but that's okay. This is what you like to do. This is fun. You went Jordan and Darrell, who you can't argue there, and then you went Polly, Fessy, and Hunter, which I think we'll see what they say. We'll see what the fans say in the comment section. We want to hear from you. And then I like my list. I do like my list. I got Wes, Abe, Turbo, The Miz, and coming up in the end, I got Yes, who is literally undefeated in every part of the challenge.
I like your list too. Yeah, when you think about it, there's just so many people who have been on all of these seasons. It becomes so subjective at the end of it all, you know.
It does. And like I said to start, there's so many strong guy competitors. I think there's anyone else that you thought that is not on any of our lists? That's one last thing we should talk about.
I got round in at the end, I've got Mark Long, Alton.
Yeah, Mark's on here.
Didn't quite make it, but Corey was on. He's always a consistently good competitor.
Yeah, I didn't put Corey down.
I was just like, there's just so many others.
I have Alton down, which I don't think a lot of people remember him, but or remember what he did. But he went to 3 finals and won one of them, and he went 5-1 in eliminations, which is incredible.
Alton was great. I had him as well.
I have him too. As these are my.
But just not top 5 potential.
Just don't know how he, and I've taken my number 20 spot because he's, fill out a team.
You just want Devin to be on the end there?
I have him on the end because he contributes something. And I'm thinking about it as a team function, like that these are cells.
But you have to think of it individuals. And his final, when he gets into a final, he cannot run. We saw it last season. He started to hurt.
So I didn't pick him.
You did great. You did great, Pam. You didn't. Thank God you didn't put him on your top 5. Maybe top 10 though for you. I
gotta say, Jenna's team is probably gonna win.
I got some scrappers over here. Yes, I do agree. Jenna's is going to be tough to beat, but I got a couple scrappers here. Who wants to go against Turbo? Who wants to go against Turbo in elimination?
Nobody. But who wants to go against CT, Bananas, Brad, Derek, and Landon?
Turbo does.
Right. Dan's point. Right. put them in against Turbo, and that's a great match. Brad versus Turbo.
And we remember saying that we thought that Jordan purposely got Turbo kicked off the show because he felt that Turbo might be the one person that he can't beat.
Yeah.
Because the season before Turbo was so dominant. Huh?
Where did that start, that theory?
We talked about it on the show years ago, but I don't know where that theory, because I think there was, I don't remember where I don't know, but that was the theory that that was the two best competitors in the challenge at that point in time we thought were Turbo and Jordan.
I think something
and we wanted to see them in a final together, Jenna. Remember, we wanted to see the final with them together going against each other. And Turbo got kicked off, and we were pissed that it ruined that part of the season.
Yeah, I think that there was like an internet rumor, right? Like whoever this rat is said something on Instagram.
Who knows?
Spiraled from there.
All right. Well, I hate to cut this short, but I got to go pick up my brother from the airport because we're doing a brother day today at Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh,
and then we're driving to Vegas to join my cousins because one of my cousins is getting married in June. So we're doing a little bachelor party this week in Vegas. So we're going to have some fun.
So fun. Nice. Have a good time.
We are very excited to do that. So yes, thank you.
Okay.
Bring your team all right. Good fortune with you. You know, think of your challenge fake fantasy team the whole time to get you really pumped up.
If there was a way to gamble on the challenge in Vegas right now, I might have to just go do that.
Well, let's invent that.
Let's invent gambling for the challenge.
Patent, TM. No one can steal it. Trademarked.
Yeah.
TM.
We're doing a challenge Vegas gamble. I love it. We have to figure out how to.
That would be such a great idea because it's in theory it's not rigged, so you can gamble on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you can gamble on the WWE, which is rigged. So I guess it would be okay even if it was.
Our world is so fucking stupid.
So ridiculous. Like people gamble on the WWE. It blows my mind. It's like they already have it pre-done. So you're just rooting to hope to get the storyline right.
But that's fair.
Right.
It is. You're guessing what the producers can create or the writers. You're right.
It's still a fair enough thing to gamble. You're not gambling a sport. You're just gambling.
Don't you? Isn't it funny? Like you're not rooting for the person. You're rooting for hopefully the producer liked that person enough to make them be the winner versus if I root for Wes, I have a feeling that Wes is trying his hardest to win, not some producer saying, Wes, we're going to give you the victory this time.
Yeah.
But then again, we talked to Wes about some of that controversial stuff. Exactly,
Pam. You can gamble on the Oscars. Like they already know who won the award before the envelope is open, but it's about.
But you're also betting on who voted because we all get, in theory, like when I was in SAG after, I got to vote every year. So am I allowed? I never gambled on the Oscars, but I'm wondering if I can gamble since I got a vote in it. I'm not sure I was even allowed to gamble on something like that.
You are.
Controversial.
Yeah. You're allowed to be in
problematic.
Like we always had an Oscar poll where everyone puts in $1 and whoever gets the most, wins.
Well, that's like, at home. I'm talking like going to Vegas and actually doing it.
Like you can gamble on the Oscars, on apps. Yeah. Like in New Jersey, gambling is legal now. So I can just go on like FanDuel on my phone and gamble on who's going to win Best Actor.
So crazy. You can gamble on anything now. All right. I'm going to take a gamble and end this early, and everyone's gonna be like, it's only 45 minutes long. I'm like, sorry, we had stuff to do.
Thank you, patrons. And
thank you guys.
Word about our Patreon.
And if you have any ideas for what you want us to cover next week here, let us know because we're going to just talk about it throughout via text all week. So if you have any great ideas, tell us so we can maybe not have to think so hard this week and just have a fun idea.
I have an idea. Let us know what you think in the comments. Apparently they've announced CBS is doing a challenge.
I still don't understand what it all means, though. I'm confused by it.
I understand what it means, and I think I understand why it would have nothing to do with the MTV. It's like a new thing. It's basically like it's like if we stole a European show in America, it's like they're redoing the show.
But they're doing it over, like in Europe.
I think that it would be internet. I think that
but they're taking everyone, but they're not going to take the American ones, right? They're not going to take people that have been on the challenge already for America.
New Americans.
New Americans don't, right? That's what I think it is too. You're right.
Research though, because I'm really not.
But
sure.
I think there was controversy, like, well, why wouldn't you ask Wes or Bananas? Like, you would want that would hype up your show more to get the real challengers that have done this forever.
Because they're doing
bring Anissa over, she'll get some votes.
Yeah, I get it. It's a new thing. I understand that, but we'll have to research that, and that can maybe. Do you guys want to hear us talk about that? Let us know.
All right. See you next week.
Bye, guys. Thank you.